Hi everyone, it's Tom from MonTac TCG with another video after a long hiatus. So, what am I going to talk about? Well, as you can see in the title, this is for people who don't have a successful deck and others who are trying to avoid the pitfalls of deck building. With that said, here are the top 5 tips to improve your MonTac deck. Number 1. Look at the balance of your deck. This is about the distribution of your cards in your deck, your tacticals and your monsters, what classes each of them are and how easy is it to play them. As we all know, there are 6 classes that tacticals and monsters fall into, from 1 till 6. 1 being the easiest to play and 6 being the hardest. This usually means that the higher the class, the stronger the card. This can be seen especially with the monsters, as their class 6s have the most power, while their class 1s have the least. With that said, you cannot just use high class cards, as should you roll a low number, you'll be left with nothing to play. This is where having a good balance of cards in your deck becomes crucial. When looking at your deck, make sure to look at how many cards you have, whether you have too many or not enough. Ignoring this part of the game can lead to decks full of low-class monsters with low power getting wiped out, or decks full of high-class monsters being unplayable. Look at all the cards in your deck and compare it to the guideline on screen. The average deck has 14 tacticals and 16 monsters, or 15 tacticals and 15 monsters. This can change depending on what works best for your strategy, but that is how an average deck will be distributed. Number 2. Look at how you play the deck. What this basically refers to is the style of play you are using, the way you play. There are many types of players: aggressive, relaxed, defensive, and counter players. Each style has their own advantages and disadvantages. A far more in-depth analysis of this is already up on my channel. The link will be in the description below if you want to go check it out. Getting back to my point, some decks have a specifically targeted playstyle. For instance, Eclipse Troopers decks are far more relaxed and fluid. This allows the deck to play around high power monsters. However, they suffer when dealing with defensive players as they lack the power to get through. Sunwalker decks are far more aggressive and reckless, with so many cards being discarded to get effects off. There are plenty of options when choosing your style. Sometimes your style may not suit your deck, so you may want to change decks. But if you don't mind changing your base style to suit the deck you have, this can change your losing streak to a winning one. Number 3. Look at the overarching strategy you're using. So this is both similar and very different to your playstyle. Where a playstyle is how you play with the cards you have, the strategy is what the cards do and how they work together to beat the enemy's forces. Each deck has their own strategy. The best way to find this strategy is looking at the deck's strongest cards. These are the cards that have a large impact on the match. Apex monsters are notorious for being the most important card in the deck, but even they can play second fiddle to other strong cards. A prime example of this is the Eclipse Trooper Apex that plays 2 Mistress monsters from your perish pile with an extra 1000 power each after the Apex perishes. Though on the opposite side of the spectrum there is an Angel Apex that can sometimes attack more than 10 times in a turn with more than 5000 power, which is usually a game ender. Sometimes a deck may perform badly if you put too much into playing a card that only adds so much to your strategy. An example of this would be a synergy that was brought out to turn the tide of the match, but can only last 1 turn and can only attack 1 monster. It just won't turn the tables with so little impact. The best way to find a great strategy is read the cards you have, find the commonalities between them and what they set up. Find your winning strategy and search for the best way to achieve it. This brings us to the next tip. Number 4. Look at the cards you are using to achieve the end goal. What's not needed? To look at the cards you have to see what cards are crucial and what cards are not. Every card in your deck should have a purpose and contribute to your strategy. Whether that be by acting as a backup plan or a way of clearing out enemy monsters that could pose a threat to your Apex, make sure that your deck has every card you want. When you buy a starter deck, the cards included are a good start, but there are always ways to improve. The starter decks allow you to create your own path towards victory, while still giving you a guideline. We currently have 2 starter decks available, the Angel starter deck, Divine Uprising, and the Sunwalker starter deck, Sunwalker's Ascension. Both have been made for players just starting out. The link to the website will be in the description below. So when reviewing your deck, strip it down to its bare requirements to function. Then with the extra space, add in high quality replacements for any lacking cards in your deck. This can be done with the purchasing of booster packs. Each pack has 18 cards and a high chance to get you the cards you require. Every booster set has a list of the cards included at the bottom, so you can see whether you need anything in the pack. If you get lucky, you could get an ultimate rare card to add to your deck. Number 5. Look at what cards you need to add while keeping balance. So now you've found the new cards you want to add. You have altered your strategy and have adjusted your playstyle. Now you have to balance it all out. This ties in with the first tip. Find what your deck lacks and make the necessary changes. If you are adding high power monsters, make sure to add lower power monsters too to make sure your strategy is more consistent. This also applies to synergy and elder monsters. Make sure they aren't too hard to play and don't have little impact. By keeping the class balance in mind, you'll have a far better deck and will see the results when you playtest your new deck against your friends. If you have any trouble, then repeat the process until you have perfected your play. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more MonTac TCG content. If you have anything to say, leave in the comments. Thanks for listening. This has been Tom from MonTac. Have a great day.